Welcome to Design Thinking Philadelphia. Let's say you have a problem. Why accept it when you can change it? There is a set of steps, sort of like a recipe, that people all over the world use to solve problems and make things better. It's called design thinking, and it helps you break big problems down so you can work on them bit by bit. Are you ready to become design thinkers? Great! Your DT Philly mission is to use design thinking to solve a problem that matters to you. When you begin, you won't know the best way to solve your problem, and that's okay. In design thinking, you start with the question, not an answer. How will you do this? Let's look at an example. Some first graders at Big Ideas Elementary School notice a problem in their classroom. Lots of students ask the teacher for pencils when it's time to do work. Everything stops while Mrs. Dixon hands out pencils or asks students to search their desks and backpacks. And Mrs. Dixon often runs out of pencils because students don't return them. This is annoying for everyone. It wastes time, and it means Mrs. Dixon has to go out and buy a lot of pencils. The students decide to solve this problem with design thinking so they can make class better for everyone. The team begins with the first step of design thinking, the empathize stage. During this stage, the team identifies all the people who are affected by the problem, like students who lose their pencils, Mrs. Dixon, and even students who have pencils. It's important to understand how people see and feel about the problem so the team can design a solution that works for everyone. Next, they have to learn why the problem exists. They will uncover everything they can about what causes and contributes to the problem during the second step of design thinking, the define stage. This step is extremely important. If they don't understand what's really happening, their solutions might not work very well. Once the team finishes their research, they are ready to get creative and brainstorm lots of new ways to make things better. This third step of design thinking is called the ideate stage, and all ideas, even crazy ones, are welcome at this stage. After brainstorming, our design thinkers pick their best ideas and make those ideas come alive in the fourth step of their project, the prototype stage. A prototype is a real-life model of an idea, and the team will make prototypes by first drawing and then building their ideas. Prototyping helps designers see how their ideas work with real people in the real world. Lots of discoveries are made in the prototype stage. Once the students build their prototypes, they are ready for the fifth and final step of design thinking, the test stage. This is where the team tries out its prototypes with the people they want to help, and they learn how well, or if, their solutions work. Surprising things can happen during testing, and that's okay, because the team will use what they've learned to make their solutions better. The designer's journey isn't easy. You often have to go back to the drawing board and do more research, find new ideas, or make changes to your prototypes before you find the best possible solution. This cycle of learning more and making your ideas better is called iteration, and it's a big part of a designer's job. When you're using design thinking to solve a problem, it's important to use all 5 steps because when you empathize, you understand how a problem affects the people you want to help. When you define, you learn why the problem exists and what contributes to it. When you ideate, you find creative new ways to make things better. When you prototype, you get your ideas out of your head and make them real. And when you test, you learn what parts of your solution work well and what can be improved. What problem will you solve with design thinking?